We talked about adverbs of frequency, how to use adverbs of frequency. We also talked about the difference between, for example, always and often. Also the difference between often and usually, sometimes, hardly ever, and also we have never. So we talked about these things and we agreed that if you want to use an adverb of frequency, you should always use it after verb to be. So you have to use it after verb to be. If you use an adverb of frequency, you use it after verb to be, okay? So for example, you can say, I'm always late. So if you say, I'm sometimes, let's use the red color. So if you say, wa alaikum salam, hello Basma, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm all right, alhamdulillah, I'm okay. I'm sometimes late. So in this example, I used the word sometimes. I used the adverb of frequency. I used it after verb to be. Okay? This is the rule. So we always use the adverb of frequency. We always use it after verb to be. Very important. But if I use another verb, for example, play, swim, study, write, so you can say, I sometimes write my homework. So I can say, for example, let's use another one. I usually write my homework. Write my homework before dinner. I usually write my homework before dinner. So in this example, you can see that I used the word usually. I used it before the verb, right? So if you see here, yes, usually is before the verb, and write, this is the verb. And in this example, the other example, I used sometimes I used it after verb to be. So this is important. We need to know where to put our adverb of frequency. So here it's before, and here it's the opposite. Here it's after. Okay. So we talked about this yesterday. Not yesterday, I mean in our last lesson we talked about this, and we also talked about being an early bird or being a night owl. So if you wake up early and you sleep early, you go to bed early, this means you're an early bird, because early birds, they go to bed early and they wake up, or they get up early in the morning. And we also talked about night owls. Night owls are, of course, the opposite. So a night owl usually stays late at night and gets up late in the morning. And we did the little quiz, this one, and we also saw how all three of you were different. So Manan was the only one who was a night owl, but Basma and Media, they were afternoon people. So not early birds, but not night owls. So we did that last time. We also talked about object pronouns. So object pronouns usually come at the end of the sentence. Examples like I often phone her, I usually meet him, I always play with her, we always study with them. All of these examples, like you, her, us, them, these are of course object pronouns that we use at the end of the sentence. So we did that, we finished the revision, and we also started talking about this lesson. We talked about Antarctica, and we talked about Paul who works in a weather station in Antarctica, and we agreed that Antarctica is in the south. It's the lowest, or the most southern, let's use southern, the most southern place on Earth. It's near the South Pole. So Antarctica اللي هي زي ما اتفقنا القارة القطبية الجنوبية. This is Antarctica. And we also listened to Alison, and she was talking to her friend Vicky about Paul, right? So she said that Paul Can you remember what does Paul do? What is he? Is he
an engineer?
An engineer.
Yeah, he's an engineer. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul is an engineer, and how many days a week does he work at the
6 months.
6 weeks, 6.
Correct.
6 days a week.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes, he works 6 days a week. He's an engineer, and he works 6 days a week at the weather station. What about holiday? How many months off does he have?
3 months of years.
Yeah, he has 3 months off a year. So we talked about that. And we also talked about some free time activities. So all of these in number 1, these are free time activities, things you can do in your free time. You can go skiing, go running, go dancing, go swimming. You can play tennis, play football, read a magazine, read a novel, read a book, listen to the radio, listen to music, watch sport. All of these are, of course, free time activities that we can do in our free time. Now, we want to guess. Let's guess what Paul does. So we still don't know what Paul does in his free time. We know what he does when he's working. We know he's an engineer, and we know that he works 6 days a week. So we know that. We also know that he has 3 months off. But what do you think he does in his free time? Who can guess?
Go
Number 1, go skiing.
running.
Go running, maybe? Do you think it's easy to go running in Antarctica?
Yes.
Can you run? Can you run in Antarctica?
No.
Why not?
This is silly.
Because it's very cold. There's lots of snow.
So cold.
Yeah, it's so cold. So maybe running outside is hard, but maybe they can run indoors. Maybe they have a treadmill, you know, the running machine, treadmill. So maybe he can go running indoors, inside the building, maybe. Skiing. Sorry?
Take photos.
Maybe
outside.
Take photos is a good idea because Antarctica is very interesting. Lots of snow, lots of mountains. So he can take photos maybe. Basma, what did you say?
He maybe goes running.
Maybe goes running. Maybe.
And, yes. And watches sport on TV. I think this good for him.
Yeah, because he's.
Because yes, stay at home.
Yeah, this way.
Watch.
Correct. This way he can stay indoors, right? Correct. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Amira, can you talk? I can't hear you. انت بعد غادي تسمع فيها. تجربي تكلمين نشوف كان صوتك واضح.
لا اوكي خلاص.
Okay, now I can hear you. Yes. All right. You're welcome. Okay, so now let's listen. Let's find out. Let's see what Paul really does. Let's find out. Let me take you to the CD track. Let's find out. 4.2. CD2, yeah, I remember. Not CD1. Okay, let's listen.
Recording 4.1.
Hi, Alison.
Okay, so we'll hear the first one again, the chat between Alison and Vicky. We will hear this again. We'll listen to it again. After that, we will listen to the second part of the talk. Okay, the one about Paul's activities or what he does in his free time. So let's listen to both of them.
How are you?
Hello, Vicky. I'm fine. And you?
Oh, fine, thanks. Is Paul here?
Paul? Oh, no. He's got a new job. He works in Antarctica now.
No.
Yes. He works at a weather station there. He's got a job as an engineer.
Wow. Does he like it?
Yes and no. He doesn't like the job very much.
Oh.
The people at the weather station all work 6 days a week, but then they have 3 months off a year, and the money's good.
Recording 4.2.
Okay.
The people at the weather station all work 6 days a week, but then they have 3 months off a year, and the money's good.
That's good. What about his free time?
Well, you know Paul. He's usually quite active. He doesn't read a lot, and he doesn't listen to the radio, so it's a bit difficult for him.
So what does he do?
Well, they have a TV there, so he watches a lot of sport, and he goes skiing and running. Oh, and he takes a lot of photos. They're very good.
Right.
And he goes swimming.
In Antarctica?
Well, only on New Year's Day. Everyone goes swimming then, but only for about a minute.
Do you talk to him a lot?
No, he doesn't phone much. It's expensive.
Uh-huh.
But he emails a lot.
And what do you think about his job?
Okay. So how many guesses were correct? I think a lot of them were correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we guessed running. Did she say skiing? Does he go skiing?
Yes.
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 Okay, so Paul goes skiing. What else? Does he go running?
Goes running.
He goes running.
Running,
A lot of sport.
He takes lots of photos, correct?
Watches
Watch a lot of sports.
photo TV.
Correct. That's right.
Yes.
He watches a lot of sport on TV. That's also correct.
Yes, and goes swimming.
Go
He-
Go
swimming.
swimming.
Does he go swimming all the time?
No.
No.
No. New Year's
When?
Day,
When?
New
everyone.
Year
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah, on New Year's Day or New Year's
Day.
Eve. Yeah, all of them go swimming, right?
Yeah.
In Antarctica.
Yeah.
What do you think of swimming in Antarctica? Is it fun?
No.
No? Swimming in ice cold water? Is it who
Yes,
likes that?
She said they swim for a minute. 1 minute.
Ah, so very, very quickly. You need to swim very quickly.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So these are some of the activities or some of the things that Paul does in his free time. I think most of our guesses are good. We didn't think of swimming, but the rest were correct. That's very good. Okay. Now, here in part number 4, it says, listen again, follow. Notice the linking between consonant sounds and vowel sounds. Okay, so there's something in English when people talk, they usually link some words. Okay, now there are a few rules, but one of the rules of linking, I think the first rules we will learn about linking is linking a vowel with a consonant. Can you see here, when we say the people at, they see the sound of the last consonant in the word people, the L, the letter L, the people.
Yes.
So this L this letter L is connected to the letter A after it, because L is a consonant and A is a vowel. So usually when people speak, they don't say the people at the weather station. It's not separated, it's connected. So this means that this together, it sounds like one word when you link it. Do you get the idea? يعني تصبح وقت التكلم تبان كأنها كلمة واحدة ماش كلمتين. The people at the weather station, the people at, do you get the idea? It becomes like one word. There are two words هما مش كلمة واحدة لكن في النطق في الصوت حيصير فيهم نوع من الربط أو linking, and this makes them sound like one word. All right? The same thing here, we have again station all. So the letter N is a consonant and the letter A is a vowel. So what happens is usually they connect them. So it will sound like stational, stational. It's not two words, it sounds like one word. So the people at the weather station all work. Do you get the idea? So there's a connection. And again here, with days a week. They work 6 days a week. Days a week. Stational, people at, stational, days a. Do you get the idea? The sound becomes linked. And the reason why we link it is because we have a consonant in the last word and a vowel in the second word. Do you get the idea?
Oh, yes.
Okay, now,
Yes.
now I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play Alison talking, but this time I don't want you to listen to the details of what Paul does. I just want you to listen to these parts, how they're linked. And they're very quick. You'll see that she says them very quickly. So let me take back the CD to the beginning so you can hear this. I want you to hear it. Let's go back a little bit.
Everyone goes swimming then, but only for about a minute. Due to watches a lot of sport, and good.
That's good. What about his free time?
Well, you know Paul. He's usually quite active. He doesn't read a lot, and he doesn't listen to the radio, so...
شوف ممكن في البداية.
Face2face Elementary.
New job. Week. But then they have good.
That's
New job. He works in Antarctica now.
no.
Yes. He works at a weather station there.
Okay, I think now she'll say it.
He's got a job as an engineer.
Wow. Does he like it?
Yes and no. He doesn't like the job very much.
Oh.
The people at the weather station all work 6 days a week, but then they...
Did you hear it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the last sentence. السطر الأخير. The people at the weather station all work 6 days a week. So there's a bit of a linking. This is of course one of the reasons why sometimes لأن حتى منال كان عندها سؤال ممتاز فسألتني قلت لي يعني أي مسلسلات أو أي أفلام أو أي أشياء ممكن تساعد في التعلم أو ممكن يعني يكون مستواها بسيط أو فأحد الأشياء اللي ممكن يعني تخلي أن المسلسلات أو الأفلام فيها نوع من الصعوبة في البداية. واحدة من المواضيع اللي هي اللينكينج، لأن اللينكينج هذا يصير بشكل طبيعي يعني للنيتيفز لما يتكلموا طريقة الربط هذه، بس للمتعلمين زي نحن مرات يكون صعب الموضوع أن تفك people من at، لأن الكلمة حتسمعها people at بس هي كلمتين في الحقيقة. يعني هذه واحدة من الصعوبات، مش صعوبات لكن واحدة من الأشياء اللي مع الوقت حتتعودوا عليها يعني. فأحد أسبابها one of the reasons is because we have consonants and vowels and usually they're linked. So this is just a tip about listening, okay? So this is linking. Okay, now let's move on. Let's check the grammar box in number 5. So here we have present simple, positive and negative. But this time we're going to focus on using he, she, it. Remember in Unit 3, we talked about present simple when we use I, you, we, they, right? And when we use I, you, we, they, we don't change anything in the verb. So you can say, I like football, I go skiing, you play football, you eat chocolate, we listen to the radio, they watch television, right? No change to the verb, it's still the same. But when you use he, she, it as a subject pronoun, there's a small change in the verbs. Can you see the little change here? Can you see the addition? Do you see what we did here? The positive?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so in the positive sentences here we have positive sentences. Let me write positive. So we add a little s. So if you want to talk about yourself, you can say, I work in Antarctica. So I, we, you, they work in Antarctica. Right? This is in Unit 3. This is how we used present simple in Unit 3. But now, because we're using Paul, and Paul is a he, yeah. So we have to make a small change to the verb. We have to add s. Yeah, this s is not plural s. It's not possessive s. It's not verb to be s. يعني مش possessive، مش plural ومش verb to be، ولا واحدة منهم. verb خاصة هذه، يعني الاس هذه خاصة بالpresent simple. Okay? They call it the third personal singular s. مش مهم اسمها، بس مختلفة، يعني ما هياش مش نفس الاس. معناها لحتى هو عندنا we have 4 s's في الحقيقة, right? So we have plural s, for example, car, cars, right? This is plural s. We also have possessive s. So for example, Manal's pen or Basma's book. This is possessive s. And we have the contraction verb to be. He's an engineer. He is. He's. This is the 4th s. معتني من ال s. This s, we use it with the verbs in present simple when the subject is he, she, or it. Okay, is it clear, the idea?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now, in the negative, there's also a change. Do you remember how we made negatives with I, you, we, they? Can you remember the negatives, how we made negatives in present simple?
Don't.
Don't. Very good. So if here he doesn't like the job, if you want to talk about I, you, I, we, you, and they don't, we say, don't like the job, right? This is present simple when we use I, we, you, they. We use don't like the job. But here, because we have he and she, you have to use doesn't,
Yes.
yeah. So we make a change. So in negative, we use doesn't. He doesn't like the job very much. She doesn't talk to him very often. So of course, this is important. You need to know the difference. And there's something else that's important, that usually with he, she, sometimes they don't say he, she. They say Basma or Manal or Amira or something. They sometimes don't say he and she. They give a name like Paul. So for example, if you see a sentence like this, so if you see, let's write it, let's write it here. So for example, if I say Amira and then I leave a blank like this, and I want this in negative, okay?
Amira doesn't, Dr.
It doesn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we can say doesn't because this is negative. So Amira doesn't like. Now, if we want to write in positive, we can say, now I want you to use this verb. but maybe you need to make a change. Now this is in positive. How do we say it?
She likes.
Very good. She likes.
She likes.
She likes.
Fine.
She likes.
With an S.
Yes.
You have to use S here. She likes. But in the question مرات في السؤال شنو يدير لك؟ ما هو مش حيعطيها لك بالاس، هو بيحط لك الفعل في الانفينيتيف في المصدري. And you have to make the changes. Do you get the idea? على حسب شنو عندك في كفاعل كسبجكت يعني. She, بسمة، أميرة، أم نميديا whatever. Okay? So if you have a name automatically يعني عاملوا names كأنه he وشي. هم في الحقيقة he وشي هم. Okay? So يعني عادة في الأسئلة مرات ما يقولكش he and she، يعطيك الاسم لأنه يتكلم لك على الأشخاص زي أليسون، زي Vicky, Paul, all of these are names. So he and she. Okay? So this is how we use present simple when we have he, she, or it. Okay, now, so we understand how to use it. Let's complete the two rules.
Doctor.
Yes.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes.
For you, okay?
Okay.
لما تقول الرجل سريع شو تقول؟
Sorry, لما
تقول مثلا الرجل سريع شو تقول؟
سريع في شنو؟
الرجل سريع بس كلمة رجل سريع.
A fast man. You can say a fast man.
Okay. الرجل عنكبوت.
Spider man.
تمام. أنت هنا سندرت قدمت الصفة على الاسم صح؟
Correct.
معناها present simple المفروض تقعد simple present.
في بعض الكتب يسموا فيه صح، في بعض الكتب يسموا فيه simple present صح كلام. عادة الامريكان انجلش
انا شفتها في الامريكان انجلش بالضبط انه حتى في البريتش غلط انه لان هي ديما الصفة تقدم قدام الاسم، فهو الصحيح ان هي تنقال simple present not present simple صح؟
مش بالضرورة، هو القاعدة صح لكن هو كلهم يسموا في ميكي مثلا present perfect، ما يقولوش perfect present مثلا في الامريكان انجلش، حتى هم يقولوا present perfect.
هم يقولوا بس هي القاعدة السليمة انه الاسم
الصفة قبل الموصوف في الانجليزي صح؟ بصفة عامة صح كلامك. ممكن يعني لو انت تساعدك ان تقولي simple present ما فيش مانع عادي يعني. you can call it simple present لان زي مزبوط في الكتب الامريكيه اغلبها simple present يسموا فيه. نفس الشيء frequency adverbs، مثلا اعطيك مثال frequency adverbs تو مثلا في الكتاب هذا يسموا فيهم frequency adverbs، بس تقدر تقولي لهم adverbs of frequency نفس الشيء يعني it's okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so here let's complete these two rules. So we have two rules here. It says in positive sentences with he, she, it, we add. What do we add to the infinitive?
S or es.
Or es.
Exactly. If you check the example, let's take a look at the example here. If you check the example, خلينا نشوف example. Can you see? Here we added S
Yes.
and
or
ES.
Or
Yeah.
es.
So Paul works. This is S, and with watches we added ES to the infinitive. So what's the infinitive in these two examples?
doesn't.
No. Infinitive.
Work or
infinitive.
watch.
Work and watch.
What?
Infinitive اللي هو الفعل من دون أي إضافات. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the infinitive. Okay, now let's check the negative. What do we add in negatives when we have he, she, it? What do we add?
Doesn't.
Doesn't plus infinitive. Correct. So we put doesn't. We use doesn't. All right?
Yes.
Doesn't plus infinitive. Now I have a question. Is it okay if I say because we agreed that in present simple, we have to use S with the verb, right? So Paul works, he watches, right? Or he likes, she likes. But can we, in the negative, can we say he doesn't likes or she doesn't
No.
talks?
No.
No.
No, you can't. In the negative,
Yes.
we only use an infinitive. Infinitive only,
Without this.
without the S.
Yes.
So very important, remember in the infinitive, حتى في الquestion بعدين لما بيجينا الquestion, we don't use S with the verb, just the infinitive, okay? Very, very important, don't forget. Okay, and we have a nice tip here. It says have is irregular. What does it mean, irregular? It means when you use it with he and she and it, we don't say haves, we say has.
Has.
Yeah,
Yes.
she has a nice car. She has a boat. She has 2 cats. She has forgotten her appointment. She has been there before, and so on. Do you get the idea? So we don't say haves, we say has. The same thing would do. For example, if I want to say I do homework, you do homework, we do homework, they do homework, but he
Does.
does homework. He does homework, or does the dishes. He does the laundry. He does the washing up. يعني اللي هم النشاطات اللي يبدو ب does. عندنا مجموعة نشاطات they start with the do or does. طبعا do or does بيعتمد على ال subject pronoun. لو استعملنا I, we, you, they أكيد do. بس لو غيرنا على he, she, it اللي هو موضوع درسنا اليوم, you have to also change the verb. Does. Okay? So here in part B, question B, it says, when do we use doesn't in negative sentences and when do we use don't? What do you think? When do we use doesn't?
We use doesn't with
Don't
the
I-
sentences that start with he, she, it,
Yes,
and singular nouns.
correct. And when do we use don't?
We. They.
We, I,
Yes,
Yes, we are they.
correct. We use don't when we
You.
have we, he, you, they, or I.
Yes.
So,
And plural nouns.
plural nouns, yes. What do you mean plural nouns?
Yes.
What?
Any sentence start with the subject in plural, like Ahmed and Ali, or cats, the cats, or the babies, children.
correct, correct. لأن لما بيجوا في البلورال هينحسبوا محاسبة ال they or we. When you say, for example,
Yes.
Ahmed and Muhammad don't get up early. يعني لو بنبدلوا لهم أحمد ومحمد بنبدلوهم ب subject pronoun بنبدلوهم بضمير هيصبحوا they, right?
They.
ومثلا if I want to talk about ourselves I can say Basma and I like chocolate. Like. ولا Basma and I don't like chocolate because Basma and I is we.
Plural.
Plural. صح هو plural مزبوط. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the summary on page 130. Let's see if we have any extra information. Let's take a look. This is page 33. All right, let's see. So هذا الجزء اللي جاوبناه واضح. S وإلا ES, we add S or ES. In negative, we use doesn't في he, she, it. And we use don't when we use I, you, we, they. We use don't. Okay, this is clear. He, she, it doesn't like the job very much. Alison doesn't talk to him very often. Okay, so مفيش معلومات إضافية مجرد جدول فيه ملخص. So we can go back Let's go back. All right, now we have spelling rules. So here we want to know how we change the verbs. Do we always use S? Do we always use ES? What about irregular verbs? This is the question, okay? So let's start here. So play. So imagine we have
Play.
he, she, it. This is the subject pronoun. تمام. يعني sentence هيبدأ ب he, she, it.
Play, plays.
Plays.
Yes.
What about the spelling?
PLAYS.
اوكي معناها هو عندنا موجود قدامنا play بس نقصد يعني
طيب،
اضافه للاس.
إضافة S.
Okay.
Yes.
What about watch? How does it change? He
Yeah.
Watches.
ES.
watches. ES. What about get?
Gets. We add
S.
We add S. Okay. What about go?
Goes.
Yes.
We add ES.
Okay. What about write?
Writes.
Right.
Yes. What do we add?
S.
S.
Good. What about phone?
Phones.
On.
S.
Phones.
Okay. What about finish?
Finish
Yes.
is
Yes.
ES.
Okay. Have?
S.
Has.
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 Has. Yes. Yes. Has. Yes.
Yeah. يعني كلها تتغير, right?
Yes.
Has. What about study?
Studies.
IES.
Change. Change Y.
Change
IES.
Y to I and ES.
Okay. IES, studies. And of course, we have to remove the Y. Let's remove the Y.
Yes.
What about live?
Lives.
Okay.
Lives.
What do we add?
S.
S. Only,
S.
only
And
S.
do?
Does. ES.
Does.
E.
ES, yeah. What about start?
Starts. S.
Okay, just an S. All right. Now, I want you to, we will listen and repeat now, but there's a question. It says, which verbs have the sound is at the end?
From the box.
Yeah, from the box.
Watches.
Watches, okay.
Watches.
Okay.
And
Studies.
finishes.
Finishes, okay. What about studies?
No.
Studies.
Studies. He studies.
Study.
He studies. Yeah.
Finishes.
It's a little longer, long E sound, right? Studies.
Yes.
So, Basma, you think watches, finishes?
Finishes, yes.
Okay, let's listen. So the question here is asking about this sound اللي هو sound الإز في الآخر. يعني أي من الأفعال بعد التغيير يطلع فيهم الصوت هذا إز. I think watches, finishes, correct. What about plays? Do we say plays or plays?
Plays.
Plays. So do we have this? Do we have the is sound or no is?
No is.
No is.
No is. Very good. We only have just the Z sound على طول يعني plays. Okay, let's listen. Let's check. Let me play the CD for you. Let's find out.
Have 3 months off a year, and the money's good.
Okay, so first part, we will listen and repeat. I'd like you to listen and repeat the verbs, okay?
Okay.
Recording 4.2.
The people at the weather station all work 6 days a week. But then they have 3 months off a year, and the money's good.
That's good. What about his free time?
Well, you know Paul. He's usually quite active. He doesn't read a lot, and he doesn't listen to the radio, so it's a bit difficult for him.
So what does he do?
Well, they have a TV there, so he watches a lot of sport, and he goes skiing and running. Oh, and he takes a lot of photos. They're very good.
Right.
And he goes swimming.
In Antarctica?
Well, only on New Year's Day. Everyone goes swimming then, but only for about a minute.
Do you talk to him a lot?
No, he doesn't phone much. It's expensive. But he emails a lot.
And what do you think about his job?
Okay, now, this is it.
Recording 4.3.
Play. Plays.
Can you repeat it?
Play, plays.
Okay.
Watch. Watches.
Watch.
Watch.
Watches.
Watches.
Get. Gets.
Get. Get.
Get. Gets.
Go. Goes.
Go. Goes.
Go. Goes.
Good.
Write. Writes.
Write. Writes.
Write. Writes.
Phone. Phones.
Phone. Phones.
Phone. Phones.
Finish. Finishes.
Finish. Finishes.
Finish. Finishes.
Have. Has.
Have. Has.
Have. Has.
Study. Studies.
Study. Studies.
Study. Studies.
Live. Lives.
Live. Lives.
Live. Lives.
Do. Does.
Do. Does.
Do. Does.
Start. Starts.
Start. Starts.
Very good.
Start. Starts.
Nice. Okay. So from all of these words خنتبتوا من جديد السؤال الأخير اللي هو اللي كان فيهم صوت is which ones اللي تو بعد ما تأكدنا فيهم have the is watches correct
Finishes.
yes معناها الإجابة كانت صح من الأول صح watches finishes these two have the is sound but studies مش is مازال أطول شوية studies ما نقدروش نحسبها معاه very nice excellent great work okay now in number 7 we are going to write the correct form of the verb شو معنى correct form معناها هو حيعطيهونا infinitive بين الأقواس in the brackets can you see the verbs in the brackets we have live work
Yes.
meet get come buy go play watch not have go we have 13 verbs okay but these verbs sometimes we have to change them right but to answer this correctly to answer this correctly, you have to check the subject before the verb. Right? Can you see here? What's the subject? Plural, right? Alison, Paul, and Aaron.
Paul and
يعني هذا كأن قلنا they ولا we مثلا, right? ففي الحالة هذه أكيد حنستعملوا الفعل الverb من غير الS, right? But and then we have full stop, معناها بتنتبهوا للfull stop اللي بنهاية الجملة وبداية الجملة الجديدة, the next sentence. But here if you check there's a full stop after Canada, معناها خلاص كملتوا السطر لو انتهى وبيبدأ سطر ثاني, right? It says Alison and we have the verb work. Do we make any changes here, Alison?
Yes, works.
Works, very good, because Alison is singular, she works. So here we have to make the change, okay? Do you get the idea? This is how the exercise works. So the exercise is it's a little طويل شوية, it's a little long, but it's not very hard. فقط يلزم الانتباه للسبجect. What's the subject? Singular, plural, he, she, it, وإلا I, you, we, they, which one? Okay, if you know the subject, you can easily use the verb. This is the idea. All right, so take a few minutes. خذوا راحتكم. Take about 2-3 minutes. I want you to do all the 13 verbs. When you reach the end, لما توصل النهاية, just say I finished, and we can do it together. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So take your time. You can start.
زين نحلون واحدة واحدة.
لا خليك يعني نعطيك فرصة تحلوهم كلهم. حلوهم كلهم قبل. If you have a notebook, مثلا أميرة, just write. طبعا مش ضروري تكتبي كلها, فقط اكتبي الفعل والتغيير and any change you did. مثلا زي هذه رقم 2 اللي درناها مع بعضنا, اكتبي number 2 works مثلا.
لا حليته معناته نستنى.
Right, excellent, that's good. Good. Let's wait for the others. Let's give them a minute or two. So, and when you finish, Manal and Basma, you can just tell me and we can start.
I finished.
All right, good. Manal, have you finished?
Okay, finish.
All right, excellent. Okay, let's divide this exercise into 3 parts. So all of you can just let me check the camera. So all of you can take part. Just let me go to the camera. Okay. Okay, so the first part okay, so the first part ends here. Okay, and the second part is here. All right, who wants to start first? Manal, you want to start first?
Okay.
Who if you want to start first, just raise your hand.
Okay. I start.
Okay, so Manal can start first. Okay.
Okay. Alison, Paul, and Erna live. مش Erna. Erin live in Toronto. Canada. Yes, Canada. Alison works at the airport and she always meets Paul
Okay. Continue.
meets, always meets is Paul when he gets home from Antarctica.
Antarctica. Yeah, very nice. Okay, good. Number 2, who wants to do the second part? Let's see. Mira, do you want to do the second part?
ماشي okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Erin is always very happy when her father comes home. He buys IES.
No.
Do we put IES or just S?
أنا اللي مذكرته من القاعدة إنه لما يكد نهايتها واي نحط IES.
صح، هذه القاعدة صح. But what about buy? Does it have an S or IES? Who knows?
S.
Why? Why only S, Manal?
Vowel اليو.
Good point. صح?
Before Y, yes.
And study. شنو الفرق بين study و buy و study مثلا؟
buy والواي consonant sorry study consonant D.
صح.
And اليو vowel letter.
Correct. This is the difference,
Yes.
Amira. That's right. لأنها study الحرف اللي جاي قبل الواي يعتبر consonant يعني حرف ساكن. So when you have a Y, you change the Y and you put IES, right? But by, there's a U, and the U is a vowel. So we just put S by. Do you get the idea?
Okay.
All right, so he buys her.
Buy her a lot of personal, and they go.
عندك تشويش ما نعرفش لو منك أميرة.
I'm sorry إنه قلت لك السماعات بدن الشحن بتاعها عشان هيك. I'm sorry. كملوا. أنا ما
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So and they
go.
Okay. All right.
Go.
To the cinema or
go in the cinema or play.
Okay.
10 in the evening. Her husband is away also. Watches TV all the time.
All right. Good. Thank you. Okay, and the last part, Besma, you can do the last part.
But she doesn't watch it when he is at home. Alison doesn't have a lot of holiday, but they usually goes to a hot country for 2 weeks before Paul goes back to Antarctica.
Okay, let me write your answers. So number 10, but she
doesn't watch.
Okay, let's write it. Okay. And number 11.
Alison doesn't have
Okay.
a lot of holiday. They usually go.
All right, so it doesn't have, they usually go.
To a hot country.
And Paul?
Paul goes.
Okay. Let's listen. Let's check your answer in the listening. Let's see if these answers are correct or not. Let's take a look. Let me remove the lines. Oops. Never mind. Let's listen.
Recording 4.4.
Live in. They live in Toronto.
Sorry. حسب الليسننج تابع للتمرين. اوكي، هو الاجابات صحيحه في العموم، لكن توقعت في listening للتاكيد but the listening is for the other exercise. موضوع ثاني. Okay, now let's take a look. So this is all correct. All right, this is correct. The answers are correct. Now let's take a look at exercise number 8. So here we want to practice. Okay. So here number 8, we want to practice consonant vowel linking. All right. So نفس الموضوع اللي حكينا عليه، قصة التوصيل بين الكونسوننت والفاول في النطق، نحاول نتعودوا عليه شوية. اوكي. فالأولى أنا فتحتها بالخطأ، يعني already دراها live in. They live in Toronto. They live in Toronto. Okay. هذه الأولى مشت. Now I want you to listen to the next ones اللي تسمعها, the one that you hear. Just repeat it, just say it, so we can do all of them. Okay, let's listen.
Works at. She works at the airport.
She works at the airport.
Very good. Manal?
She works ما سمعتها كويس.
هي اختصار لي works at. She works at. She works at the airport.
She works at
the airport. المطار. She works at the airport.
She works at the airport.
That's it. صح. She works at the airport. والجزء اللي كانوا موصلينه اللي هي works at. أصبحت كلمة واحدة بعد الربط. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's listen to number 3.
She's always.
Okay, can you say this alone قبل ما باقي الجملة?
She is always.
She is always.
مش كلمتين يا منال، مع بعض في كلمة واحدة.
She's always.
أيوة بالضبط بالطريقة هذه قصة الربط. يعني بعد ما يصير الربط، يحصل الربط، تبان بالصوت كأنها كلمة واحدة. She's always. رغم أنها هي في الحقيقة كلمتين. She is always. يا أخي حتى ثلاثة كلمات لو بنفصلهم كلهم، بس في النطق she's always.
She's always.
She's always very happy.
She's always very happy.
She's always very happy.
Good.
You can listen to me?
Now I can. تو نقدر نسمعك.
Okay.
Okay, can you say it?
Okay, I listen. نقدر نقول.
اوكي، لكن اللي فاتت تقدر تقولها؟ هل سمعتها اللي فاتت؟ اوكي، شكلك ما سمعتهاش. Let's listen to the next one.
A lot of.
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 Yes.
He buys her a lot of presents.
Can you say it?
He buys a lot of presents.
Okay.
She live gun.
هو يدوي بسرعة أصلاً. بسرعة يدوي. هم مصعبينها بالمخصوص في التمرين هذا، إنه يبوا يعودون على النمط الحقيقي في الكلام. هذا ليش صعبة؟ فهي ما حاسبك يعني الموضوع صعب، لأنه يقولوا فيه بسرعة وعاملين كل اللينكس، الرابط اللي المتكلمين يعني يستخدموا فيها.
Yes.
he buys. لاني حنديرها لك بالبطيء. He buys her a lot of presents. He buys her. He buys her
He buys her
a lot of presents.
He buys her a lot of presents.
Good. He buys her a lot of presents. احنا غير نكملوا اللفة الأولى حنعملوها مرة تانية بس حنخلي لكم السكريبت النص تقدروا حتى تشوفوا النص يساعد أيضا. Okay, let's listen. أعتقد هذه الأخيرة ممكن في واحدة فاضلة.
Watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it.
She doesn't watch it.
She doesn't watch it.
She doesn't watch it.
Very good.
Recording 4.
تمام هما هادو كلهم. المرة هذه خلينا نعيدوا الموضوع ونشوفوا معاه النص. This way it's easier. So let's take a look at the script. 33. Let's go. 4 point. شو كان هو رقم التراك؟ 4 point شنو؟ 4.4. 4.4. Okay, let's take a look. فتناها البين. 4.4. Let's go 4.4. Okay. Here we are. This is 4.8. 4. Can you see it? 4.4.
Yes.
On the top left. And can you see the parts which are linked? منان.
Yes.
المدين تحتهم زي إشارة ربط. هذه هم في الأول طبعا في الأول حينطقهم لوحدهم وبعدين المرة الثانية حيقولهم مع المثال. Okay. So خلنا نرجع لكم الCD. Let's listen again. Let's get used to this.
Recording 4.4.
Okay, 4.4. احنا نبدأ من الأول. Let's listen. Listen and repeat, please.
Okay.
Live in.
Live in.
Live in.
Good.
They live in Toronto.
They live in Toronto.
They live in Toronto.
Good.
Works at.
Works at.
صح.
Works at.
Good.
She works at the airport.
She works at the airport.
She works at the airport.
Good.
She's always.
She's always.
She's always.
She's always very happy.
She's always very happy.
She's always very happy.
Good. A lot of اللي فاتت.
Yes, a lot of.
A lot of.
He buys her a lot of presents.
He buys her a lot of presents.
He buys her a lot of presents.
بالضبط. هنا في ربطين صح ولا؟
Yeah.
He buys her a lot of.
Yes.
Her a lot of. Her a lot of.
A lot of.
Yeah, he buys her a lot of. He buys her a lot of. He buys her a lot of. Okay.
Watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it.
She doesn't watch it.
She doesn't watch it.
She doesn't watch it.
Good. Okay, very nice. Sorry, let me just check the camera very quickly. I think it's froze. Okay, very nice. So this is a practice for linking. It's a little, في نوع من الصعوبة. It's a little hard. لكنها مع الوقت يعني شوي حتتعودوا عليه ويصبح أعتقد أبسط يعني. Okay, so this is number 8. Consonant vowel linking. All right. Now in number 9, it says here, choose a partner but don't talk to him. Look at these sentences. Guess what your partner does or doesn't do. Okay, this is nice. So here in this exercise, we want to make a guess. So we want to talk about someone who's not with us now. يعني هو طريقة الexercise مبني على نوع من الغيبة يعني because we have to say he or she. So this means we have to talk about someone أمنا ميديا بالضبط. هذا نفكر فيها تو مش معانا تو منقرماها نختبها شوية. Okay, so here we want to guess. We just want to guess. We don't really know, but we want to guess. How active is she? How active is she? We want to find out, okay? So, so the idea is, of course, we use, all right, let me just get the camera on again. Okay, I think it's ready. Okay, so the idea is we want to talk about her and we can use the verb in the box. So we can say she, do you think she plays tennis or do you think she doesn't play tennis? Media, what do you think?
She doesn't play tennis.
She doesn't play tennis.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, so I think that's right. Yeah, I don't think she plays tennis. She doesn't play tennis. What about walk to work or school? Does she walk? Does she walk to work every day? Do you think she walks?
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't walk to work
every day.
Okay, yeah, she doesn't walk to. She doesn't walk to work every day. Let's write that. So she doesn't walk to work. I know to work. I know to work. تمام. What about sport? Do you think she does a lot of sport? Do you think she does a lot of sport?
Yes.
Yes, you think yes, Manan?
Yes,
she does a lot of sport?
Yes.
What do you think, Basma? Do you think she does a lot of sport?
Maybe no, sometimes.
Yeah, but not a lot.
Not a lot.
Okay, let's write both answers. يعني احنا مش متأكدين فخلنا نعطوا لها الاحتمالين. So we can say she does a lot of sport. هذا رأي منال وإما رأي بسمة she doesn't do a lot of sport.
Doesn't do.
Yeah, it doesn't do a lot of sport. Okay, معناها ممكن أحد الاحتمالين ما نعرفوش. What about TV? Do you think she watches? Who thinks she watches a lot of TV? Does she watch a lot of sport on TV?
She doesn't.
She doesn't?
She doesn't watch a lot of sport on TV.
Okay, so she doesn't watch a lot of sports on TV. What about running? Does she go running?
Sometimes.
Okay.
She goes running.
So we can say she sometimes goes running, not a lot, sometimes. So she sometimes, yeah, she sometimes goes running. Not a lot, but she sometimes goes running, maybe.
Yes.
What about watching TV, watching DVDs or videos? Do you think she watches a lot of DVDs or videos?
I think she does a lot. Watch a lot of DVD.
You think she watches a lot of DVDs?
Watches a lot of
Yes.
videos.
Okay, let's say she watches a lot of a lot of مكتوبة. So she watches a lot of DVDs or videos. Does she go dancing at the weekend? She doesn't.
No,
She doesn't go
She doesn't
dancing
go.
at the weekend.
Maybe she does. We don't know. We're guessing. She does. She doesn't go dancing at the weekend. What about swimming? Yeah. Do you think she goes swimming? Does she go swimming?
I think she doesn't.
She goes swimming.
Okay, so Manal thinks she doesn't, and Basma thinks she does. So let's write she goes swimming. This is what Manal. This is what Basma thinks, and Manal thinks she doesn't.
Doesn't, yes.
She doesn't go swimming. Does she get up early at the weekend?
She doesn't get up.
She doesn't get up early at the weekend.
Okay, so she doesn't get up early at the weekend. What about going out with friends? Does she go out a lot with friends?
She doesn't a lot.
She doesn't go out a lot?
She doesn't
yes.
go out.
Okay, so let's say she doesn't go out a lot with friends.
Get up. If we link them, get up.
Get up, correct.
Get up.
Yeah, because T is a consonant and U is a vowel. So it's get up. She doesn't get up early. She doesn't get up early at the weekend. Correct. Okay, so here we're guessing. We don't really know. I think we have to, maybe we can screenshot this. Let's screenshot it and we can maybe ask her and see how many guesses we got right. I think most of them are right, I think, but we have to check with her. We don't really know. So this is the idea. How active is your partner? So we guessed how active she is. It says make questions with you for each sentence. Do you play tennis? Okay, so this means when Media is back, next time we can ask her directly, right? يعني بدل ما نديروا الجست زي توا اللي نهرج معنا, we can ask her directly. So we can tell her, do you play tennis? Do you walk to work? Do you do a lot of sport? Do you watch a lot of TV? Do you, right? So we can ask her directly. لأن الأسئلة بتكون موجهة لها مباشرة. فأكيد حنستعملوا do you. يعني حيكونوا كلها موجه لها. It says work with a partner, take turns, blah blah. نفس القصة. Make questions with you. اوكي. معناها do you هذا نقدر حتى نستعملوه لبعضنا توا حاليا. Let's use it for ourselves. ما دام احنا الحاضرين. Let's check these questions. ونخلوا حتى هو سؤال لها هو. Number 10 is for her. Do you play tennis? Yes, I do. Yes, sometimes. No, I don't. So now, let's use these questions together. So maybe Manan, you can ask Basma these questions. وطبعا هنا بسمة معك, so you will ask her directly. You will say, do you, for example, play tennis? Do you? وهكذا. And you will use the verb and complete the sentence, okay? And Manan and Basma will give you the answer, of course.
Okay.
All right.
Do you play tennis? Basma, do you play tennis?
No, I don't. But I play table tennis.
Do you work every day?
No, I don't.
Do you do a lot of sport?
Yes, sometimes.
Do you watch a lot of sport on TV?
No, I don't.
Do you go running?
Yes, sometimes.
Do you watch a lot of DVDs or videos?
Yes, I do.
Do you go dancing at the weekend?
No, I don't.
Do you go swimming?
Yes, sometimes.
Do you get up early at the weekend?
No, I don't.
Do you go out with friends a lot?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. So Basma, you can ask Manal. Let's find out about Manal. How different or how similar she is to you.
Yes. Do you play tennis?
No, I don't.
Do you walk to work every day?
No, I don't.
Do you do a lot of sport?
No, no, I don't. But sometimes I do a lot. I do a sport.
Okay. لو أنت حتقولي sometimes ما تقدريش تقولي no I don't. لأن لو no I don't خلاص أنت سكرتي الموضوع معناها.
أنا قصدي إنه ما كتير يعني no.
معناها تستعملي تقدر تقولي I sometimes do a lot of sport وإلا I hardly ever do a lot of sport. مازال أقل منها يعني hardly ever مازال حتى أقل. لكن لو قلتي no I don't خلاص ما عادش تقدر تضيفي معناها نهائيا ما تتريضيش.
I sometimes do of sport.
Okay. Next question, Basma.
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes. Do you watch a lot of sport on TV?
No, I don't.
Do you go running?
I sometimes go to running.
Without to.
Okay.
Go running.
لا مش بنستخدم مع running to.
لا. Go running.
Go سوري go running صح.
Yeah. التو عادة للأماكن لو عندك مكان. مثلا حديقة go to the park, go to the beach, go to the train station, go to the museum. لو ما عندك مكان تقدر تستعملي to. لكن لو نشاط بال-ing go فقط.
go. طيب لو for نستخدم غالبا لشنو for؟
for للأغراض يعني غرض الشيء يعني مثلا I study for my future لمستقبلي مثلا فالفور موضوعها مختلف يعني ما يمشيش يعني
لأن بحس إنه لخبطة في استخدام التو والفور والباح.
لا حاولي أنسيهم مبدئيا تو.
Okay.
Okay. Do you watch a lot of DVDs or videos?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Do you go dancing at the weekend?
No, I don't.
Do you go swimming?
No, I don't.
Do you get up early at the weekend?
No, I don't.
Yes. Do you go out with friends a lot?
Yes, I sometimes go with friends.
Okay.
out this one. Yes.
Very nice. All right, very good. So next time we can ask Media and we can find her guesses. We can find if our guesses were close. So هذا موضوعنا المرة الجاية. Now let's talk about today's lesson, today's new lesson, first date. All right, so in today's lesson, we're going to talk in vocabulary. We're going to talk about things you like and don't like. And we will also learn how to use verb plus ing. اللي هي زي dance, dancing, swim, swimming. يعني حنتعرفوا طريقة استخدام التركيبة هذه. Also, we have questions using he, she, it. Short questions with answer. I mean, questions with short answers. اللي هم yes, no questions. Does he like sport? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Does he go to the beach? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Does she play football? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. So اللي هم الأسئلة yes, no question باستخدام he, she, it أيضا حنتعرفوا عليهم. Okay. So let's start with vocabulary. Here we have number 1, exercise number 1. So here we have things you like or don't like. So I'm going to read the things in the box, and after that we will do an exercise on page 128. So let's start. Here we have reading, football, traveling, cats, shopping for clothes, computer games, animals, dancing, cooking, dance music, rock music, jazz, Italian food, Chinese food, fast food. Okay, so let's do the exercise. Let me take you to the exercise. We have a nice exercise. All right, so here we have things you like or things you don't like. Let me show you all the pictures. Okay, now you can see all the pictures. So let's try to match the pictures. Let's match them to the words, okay? So number 1, reading. Where's reading?
I.
Okay. What about football?
A.
Traveling, where's traveling?
L.
L. What about cats?
C.
C.
Yeah. Shopping for clothes?
G.
J.
G or J?
E.
G.
G. Computer games?
B.
All right. Animals?
K.
Okay. Dancing?
F.
F.
Cooking?
O.
Okay. Dance music? بسمة الكونكشن ضعيف إجاباتها توصل مخ. Dance music H. Is it?
Yes.
Are you sure? Which one is dance music?
N.
N. Yes.
Rock music H.
Rock music H.
Correct. Rock music is H. What about jazz?
نوع من أنواع الموسيقى
D.
J. D.
D. Correct. D. Jazz is D. Italian food?
M.
M. This was my lunch today. What about Chinese food?
J.
J.
Fast food?
E.
All right, very good. Yeah. So of course, when you talk about these things, you can say, I love, I really like, I quite like. So we can put them in levels. But let me take you back to the lesson. Let's see the lesson now. So these are some of the activities. مش activities, sorry, things you like or don't like. يعني الأشياء هذه تقدر تتكلموا عليها. If you like them, you can say, I like computer games. I love animals. I don't like fast food. I hate shopping for clothes. I like dance music. I love traveling. So you can talk about these things using love, like, don't like, and you can also use hate. Here in number 2, can you see these expressions, these words in number 2? Can you see them?
Yes.
Here, I want you to put them in the correct order. The strongest is I love, and the lowest or the weakest, not the weakest, the lowest one is I hate. So number 1, I love. Number 7, I hate. What's number 2?
I really like.
I really like.
Okay, I really like is number 2. What about number 3?
I like.
Okay, let's do number 2. What about number 4?
Quite like.
I quite like. Number 5?
Is or are okay.
So you can say jazz is okay, Chinese music is okay, shopping for clothes is okay. All right, what about number 6?
I don't like.
All right, and number 7, I hate. Let's check. Let's see if you're right. Let's check the order. Let's find out. So the first one, I love, I really like, I quite like, is okay, I don't like, I hate. So here we have 7 different levels to talk about how much you like something or dislike something. So, but what's the difference here between these two? I want to know. Between, how do we say these in Arabic? I quite like and is okay. What's this? بالعربي كيف نستعمل فيه؟
It's okay يعني ممكن يعني أمشي تمشي يعني it's okay.
تمشية.
أيوة صح. تمشية معناها مش عزيز هلبة على قلبك يعني مش.
أيوة.
يعني هيك الدكتور سو هيك يعني هيك خلاص. كويس هيك.
Okay. What about I quite like?
أعلى شوي من التمشية.
يعني أعلى شوية صح أحسن شوية. Something كويس ماشي الحال كويس. إحنا ممكن نقوله كويس بصفة عامة بالعربي كويس. الباقيات أعتقد واضح. I like يعجبني أو أحب. I really like أقوى شوية يعني something that you really like. And of course I love, this is the top, right? So I love.
Yes.
Alright, يعني هذا ميزتهم طبعا يعني يعطيك نوع من التنوع في اللغة يعني أفضل من مثلا من I like و I don't like فقط اللي كنا نستعمل فيه في البيجنر يعني I like I don't like صح يعني مش خطأ ولكن ما فيهمش تنوع كبير يعني فيهمش تدرج. So here you can talk about things in a more interesting way. All right, now let's go back. All right, so we talked about how to use I like, I love, I don't like, I quite like. Now we're going to use verb plus ing. Okay, so with these phrases بالجمل هذه اللي تكلمنا عليها حاليا اللي هم I love, I like, you can use them in 2 different ways. You can either use them with verb plus ing. Okay, so you can use them نقدر نستعملهم مع verb plus ing, or you can use them with a noun. Okay, so you can use them in 2 different ways. So you can say I love swimming, or you can say I love cars. You can say I hate rice, or you can say I hate playing football. Do you get the idea? يعني لو تبوا تستعملوا أو لو يعني لقيتوا نفسكم حتستعملوا I love, I like, I hate, I don't like. أي من الكلمات هذه اللي في مجموعة رقم 2 ضروري اتباعها، يعني ضروري استعمال verb plus ing after them or a noun.
Or nouns.
Yeah, or a noun. Nouns طبعا أي noun. I like books, I like cars, I like cups, I like coffee, I like chocolate. أنواع الأكل كلهم اللي تكلمنا عليهم. لا beginner اللي كان عندهم الأكل. You can use it with all kind of food. I like bread, I like tea, I like milk, I like orange juice, I like bananas, I like grapes, right? يعني بإمكانكم تستعملوا أي شيء, any verb, any noun you like. ولو بتتكلموا على activity, على نشاط, أكيد تقدروا تعملوه بالverb plus ing. I love dancing, I love singing, I hate reading, I like writing. Or حتى مع is okay. You can say watching TV is okay, eating is okay, cooking is okay, playing basketball is okay, swimming is okay. You get the idea?
Yes.
All right, تمام. Okay, so this is how we use these phrases and how we use verb plus ing or noun. طبعا في اللغة الإنجليزية الverb معلومة يعني الverb plus ing تركيبة verb plus ing في النحو في اللغة الإنجليزية يعاملوا فيها معاملة الاسم. Okay, so reading احنا أكيد نعرف أن reading جت من read اللي هو الverb plus ing صح؟ يعني نسموا فيها verb plus ing. لكن في النحو في الجرامر يعاملوا فيها معاملة الناون، يعني شبه زي الناون طريقة، رغم أنها أصلا مش ناون هي، لكن أصبحت زي الناون. To get the idea. يعني ولما تقولوا أنا أحب I love reading، يعني كأن بالعربية أنا أحب القراءة، يعني أصبحت reading معناها زي الاسم القراءة. فهذه معلومة يعني جانبية. verb plus ing يعامل معاملة الناون بصفة عامة. Okay, now let's use these sentences. Let's use them to talk about. Let's make a little conversation. So let's see who would like to, Manal, and who else would like to ask Manal? Who would like to volunteer? Amira, would you like to try? You can ask Manal if she likes, for example, these things in the box. And she will tell you. For example, you can ask her, do you like football? She will say, no, I don't. I hate football. أو تقدر تقول لك مثلا no, I don't like football. Or for example, if you ask her, do you like shopping for clothes? She can say, yes, I do. I quite like shopping for clothes. يعني الفكرة نفس الطريقة الأولى السابقة اللي هي نفسها أسئلة do you like، بس الإضافة أن احنا عندنا خيار إضافة سطر جملة ثانية، يعني sentence جديد نعبروا فيه على مدى حبنا أو عدم حبنا للأكتيفيتي هذا. Okay? Basma, would you like to ask Manan? Would you like to do it?
Okay.
All right.
Yes. I love reading very much. Do you like it, Manal?
ما سمعتها معلش.
I love reading books very much. Do you like it?
Yes, I do. I love reading. I love reading.
Very good.
Yes.
Excellent. سؤال ممتاز، إجابة ممتازة. كويس. I love بس ما قلت I love reading books very much. Do you like it? أنت جاوبتي yes I do. I love reading very much. ولا I love reading books a lot. ولا فقط حتى I love reading. كويس. Very nice. Okay. Okay. So Basma, I'd like you to ask 4 other things. You can of course talk about yourself first. تعبري أنت على هواياتك مثلا. And then you can ask Manan and she will tell you.
Yes. I like I really like shopping for clothes. What about you, Manal?
Yes, I do.
You like shopping?
Yes, I like shopping very much.
Good.
Oh, okay. And what about cooking? Do you like cooking?
Yes, I love cooking.
Yes, yes. And I love Italian food. What about you?
No, I don't. I hate Italian food.
All right, very good questions, very good answers. Okay, let's now try the opposite. Let's try Manan. You will talk about yourself and you will ask Amira, okay? يعني انت حتتكلمي على الاشياء اللي تحبيها او ما تحبيهاش بصفه عامه. وفي اكثر من طريقه زي ما يعني زي ما شفتي الامثله مع بسمه. يعني بامكانك تسالي what about you. طبعا بعد ما تتكلمي عن نفسك تقدر تقولي what about you او تقدر تقولي do you like كذا كذا بعد ما تتكلمي انت على نفسك. يعني عندك اكثر من طريقه للسؤال. اوكي
اوكي. Amira,
Yes.
I hate fast food. What about you?
No, I love fast food.
Okay. I hate football. Do you like football?
No, I like football.
Okay. I love animals. What about you?
No, I hate animals.
Okay. It is okay. Rock music. Do you like?
بالعكس بتبدي بتقولي rock music is okay.
Okay. Rock music is okay. Do you like rock music?
No. I love romantic music.
I love romantic music. Okay, very nice, very good. Okay, تمام.
You will be good friends.
with Basma or with Manal?
With
Manal and Amira.
You'll be good friends, yes. You like opposite things.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
وأنا بنحب الحاجات واجد.
Okay. طول المرة هذه let's try. Amira, you talk about yourself. أنت حتتكلمي على نفسك وبتسألي بالمقابل بتسألي بسمة بتشوفي شن الأشياء اللي هي تحبها وهل موافقاتك ولا مختلفة عليك. Let's see.
Okay, Basma. Basma, I hate Chinese food. What about you?
Yes. Yes, me too.
I don't like jazz music. What about?
I hate.
متطابقين أنا بس. Okay. I love reading. What about you?
Jazz.
Okay, she also hates jazz music.
Reading.
Reading.
I love reading.
Again.
What about you?
هي الخط عندها ضعيف شوية شكلها بسمة. Again, can you repeat the question, Amira, please?
Okay. Basma, I love reading. What about you?
I love reading books. I love reading.
Okay.
I don't like cats. Oh, I hate cats. Okay. What about you?
No, I love them very much.
No, I love them very much, she said.
آخر واحدة. I don't like shopping for clothes. وتواتي.
I do. I like or I love shopping for clothes.
Okay, so some things are the same, but some things are different. Okay, so these are good ways to make conversation, I think, talking about what you like, what you don't like, and asking your friend or asking your partner, what about you? Do you like cats? Do you like shopping? And so on. All right. So now let's move to number 5. So it says here, read and listen to the TV game show First Date. So we have a TV game show. It's called First Date. Find 4 things that Mark likes and 1 thing he doesn't like. All right, so here we have Mark. Can you see Mark?
Yes.
This is Mark. And this is the TV presenter. Can you see the TV presenter or the TV host?
Okay.
What does it mean, TV presenter or TV host?
The person who produce or present.
Correct. The person who presents the show, the person who speaks, اللي هو المقدم البرنامج نفسه. Yeah, the presenter or the host. مرات يقولوا host، مرات اللي هو مضيف البرنامج، ومرات يقولوا مذيع، مضيف، مقدم، presenter. Sometimes they say in English, presenter. All right, so it says here, read and listen. So I'm going to play the CD and I want you to follow. So you will listen and you will also follow the CD here. So listen and follow, okay? So let's start.
Recording 4.5.
Hello and welcome to First Date. Tonight you choose a date for Mark Skipper. Mark is 28 years old and he's a teacher. In his free time, he watches TV and plays computer games. He also goes to the cinema a lot and he plays football and tennis every weekend. He loves rock music and Chinese food, but he hates shopping for clothes. He also likes animals. He's got a dog and 3 cats. So, Mark, who do you want to ask about first?
Kim, please.
Okay. Remember, you can only ask 6 questions.
Okay. So this is a little introduction about Mark. So here we have some information about Mark, what he likes, what he doesn't like, and we have some information about him. So the question, it says here, find 4 things that Mark likes and 1 thing he doesn't like. So let's go back. What are the 4 things Mark likes? What does he like?
He loves rock music.
Okay, so he loves rock music.
And he loves Chinese food.
Chinese food. Mm-hmm.
And he likes animals.
He likes animals. Mm-hmm. Something else?
No.
Because there are 4 things. 4 things he likes. What do you think?
I think he watches TV and plays computer games. Can we say that he likes computer games?
Maybe we can, yeah. The same thing for the cinema, right? He goes to the cinema a lot.
Yes.
So maybe he likes the cinema, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. It says four things he likes. Okay, so let's choose cinema because it says he goes a lot. So maybe he likes the cinema, right?
Okay.
Okay, what about something he doesn't like? What's one thing he doesn't like?
It's shopping for clothes.
Yeah, he
I like shopping
hates
for clothes.
he hates shopping
Yes, shopping
for.
for clothes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he doesn't like it. He hates it. All right, okay. All right, okay. Now let's see our next question about Mark. It says match Mark's questions about Kim to the presenter's answers. Okay, so Mark, remember that this is
Kim.
this is a dating TV show, right? So it means that each person, so Mark can ask information about these three women, Kim, Susie, and Joe. He's going to start with Kim, and of course this means he will ask 6 questions for Kim. All right. Now these are the 6 questions. Can you see them? The 6 questions. The first question is, what does she do in her free time? Does she watch TV a lot? Does she like films? What music does she like? Does she like animals? And what does she do? These are the 6 questions that Mark wants the presenter to answer. Of course, Mark, he cannot talk to Kim directly. He has to talk to the host, right? The presenter. يعني الأسئلة هو بيسألها عن طريق البرزنتر. البرزنتر عنده المعلومات, so the presenter will tell him. Do you get the idea? All right, so let's match these questions. So what does she do in her free time? Which one is the right?
She plays tennis and
she eats out a lot. She loves Italian food.
Okay. Does she watch TV a lot?
No, she doesn't. She hates watching TV. It's
watching TV.
Watching TV.
Okay. Does she like films?
Yes, she does. To the cinema every Saturday evening.
Okay.
Every Saturday evening.
What music does she like?
She loves dance music, but she doesn't like rock.
Okay. Does she like animals?
Yes,
she has dogs. She got 2 dogs.
Okay. What does she do?
She's a vet.
She has vet.
She's a vet. What does this mean? She's a vet.
Yes.
What's the meaning? Yes. Correct. So vet, it's an animal doctor, right? This is the meaning of vet. Okay, let's check your answers. Let's see if the answers are correct. Let's find out.
Recording 4.6.
What does she do in her free time?
She plays tennis and she eats out a lot. She loves Italian food.
Does she watch TV a lot?
No, she doesn't. She hates watching TV.
Does she like films?
Yes. She goes to the cinema every Saturday evening.
What music does she like?
She loves dance music, but she doesn't like rock.
Does she like animals?
Yes, she does. She's got 2 dogs.
And what does she do?
She's a vet.
Okay, so this means all of the answers are correct. Very nice. So now we have some information about Kim and we have some information about Mark, right? So we know what Mark does, what he likes, what he doesn't like, and the same thing with Kim. We know what she likes and what she doesn't like, and what she does. All right, so here we have some yes/no questions with the present simple using he, she, it. Okay, so here we want to complete the gaps using does. So I want you to use does or doesn't. And we want to complete the gaps in this question. Can you do it? Can you use does and doesn't to complete the...
Yes.
Okay, what about number 1?
Does she like animals?
Okay.
Does she like animals?
Okay.
Yes, she does.
And what's the answer?
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
Okay. What about number 2?
Does
Does she watch TV a lot?
Okay. Does she watch TV a lot? What's the answer?
No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
Okay. No, she doesn't. What about number 3?
What does she do
in her free time?
Okay. What does she do in her free time? Okay. Now, in the second part here, in part B, it says, look at the table. Notice the word order. So we want to focus on the word order here. It says they want us to write questions number 3 and 4 from the last question. We want to copy them here. All right. So let's go to question number 6A. Let's copy question 3 and 4. So this is question 3. Can you see question 3 and 4 here?
Yes. Does she like films?
And the other one?
What music does she like?
Yes. Number 3, does she like films? And number 4, what music does she like? Okay, so we want to copy these 2 questions. We want to copy them in the box here at the table. So does she like music? Where do we write it? Which box do we start? Does she like music?
Auxiliary does.
Okay, the auxiliary is does.
Yes. She. Subject.
The subject is she.
Yes. Infinitive like.
Infinitive is like.
Yes. Music.
Does she like music? Okay, what about the next question? The next question was what does she do?
What's music?
Does she like
music does she like?
Films.
Does she like films مش music. What music does she like?
Yes.
معناها الأول بدل الميوزك في films. Does she like films? And in this question, what music does she like?
What music does she like?
Where do we write question word?
What music?
Okay, the auxiliary.
Yes, does.
Does. Subject.
She.
Like.
And the infinitive is like. What music does she like? What music does she like? Okay. In part question C, it says, when do we use does in questions? When do we use do? When do we use does and when do we use do in questions?
We use does with
she will, he will, it.
Correct.
Yes, and do, I, you, they.
He, it.
Correct. Yes. So if the subject is he, she, it, we have to use does, right? Does he, does she, does Basma, does Amira, does, right? But if we have I, you, we, they, we use do. Do they, do we, do you, do you play football? Do you like films? Do you go to work at 9 o'clock and so on, right? So this is how we use does and do. All right, so let's take a quick look at the summary. Let's check the summary. Maybe we have extra information. ممكن أي ملحوظات تشوفوهم. Let's take a look. Okay, so here we have questions. The spelling rules كملناهم. Okay, فزي ما قلتوا انتوا بالضبط. That's correct. So it says we use does in questions with he, she, it. Okay. And we use do in questions with I, you, we, they. All right. It says here questions هذا الجدول. So it's the same. إجاباتنا كلها صحيحة. Okay, now there's an important tip here. Amira, can you please read the tip? At the bottom, we have an important tip. What does it say here?
Read?
Yes, please. Can you read?
Okay. We don't repeat the verb is short answers. Yes, she does not. No, she doesn't. Not.
لا شوف اللي جنبها not.
نقول حتى المسكر عليهم.
هم اللي مسكر عليهم هم اللي يقصدوا أن هذه الطريقة الخاطئة يعني ما تعملوش بشكل هذا ما تديروش هيك.
Yes, she likes.
Okay, and the next point. No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't. Not. No, she doesn't like.
Okay, so this is the idea here. The idea in yes no questions ممنوع تكرار الفعل. So if the question is does she like football المفروض الإجابة yes she does فقط. يعني ما فيش داعي لتكرار الفعل yes she does like خطأ ولا yes she likes خطأ. You have to say yes she does وتتوقف. Yes she does. That's it. Does she like football? No she doesn't. يعني المفروض ما نقولوش no she doesn't like خطأ. That's wrong. Do you get the idea?
Yes.
يعني
بس نقدر نقوله don't like.
خطأ. Do you like football? No I don't. فقط.
ما نقولش ما نقدرش نقول خلاص اوكي.
No.
جديدة هذه ندي نستعمل فيها.
No you shouldn't. المفروض الفعل ما يتكررش إلا لو كملتي. No I don't like football. وطبعا هذه ما فيش داعي لها يعني هي فيها نوع من No I don't خلاص يعني ما فيش داعي ان تكرري الجملة نفسها اللي جاك في السؤال تكرريه بالضبط. انت فكرة الشورت answers yes I do no I don't تغنيك على الاضطرار لتكرار السؤال كامل. Do you get the idea?
لأن السؤال مفهوم الإجابة مفهومة.
بالضبط الإجابة مفهومة.
لو كنت أنت تتكلم على روحك فأنت تستخدمها كامل.
حتى على روحك ما فيش داعي. مثلا أنت لو سألتيني do you like football أنا حنقول لك no I don't.
بدون سؤال.
هذيك جملة.
don't like football.
هذيك طبعا مش إجابة هذه تعتبر positive sentence جملة إيجابية هذه طبيعي صح زي ما قلتي. You have to use the complete information. I like football very much or I don't like football لأن هذه جملة من عندك يعني إيجابية right. الجملة الإيجابية تختلف على إجابة السؤال مش نفس الشيء. إجابة السؤال دائما رد على السؤال. لكن لما تتكلمي عن نفسك كذا طبعا مفتوح الموضوع تقدر تضيفي إضافات ولكن لا أحب كذا أحب كذا أحب and so on. Do you get the idea?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so that's all for today. Tomorrow, let me show you what next lesson, we'll talk about, we'll do some exercises, and we'll do some listening. And we will also read about the other 2 dates. Now we read about حصلنا information على كيم. لكن المرة الجاية حنقرأ على سوزي وعلى جو اللي هم أيضا في البرنامج. We have Susie and Joe. Can you see them? Susie and Joe. So we'll also read some information about them, and then we'll decide which is the best date for which is the best match for Mark. Okay. So we'll do this in our next lesson. All right. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye bye.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام. Bye.